What's going on, guys? JPA Trades here. Going to be going over these SPY calls we took earlier in this week. We're able to sell them up 125% today, so that was pretty great. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you want to support all the stuff we do, feel free to join the channel. Get a little icon by your name and know that you think that I'm awesome and you like what's here. But let's get into it. So, bought these SPY calls April 2nd, first thing in the morning on that first sell-off. And why'd we buy them? So, the reason we bought them, pretty simple. Been putting this chart on Twitter a lot. Just this generational support line, which is mostly just a joke, but it's just a pretty nice support line that's been kind of ironed out since the beginning of February. And every dip off it, it's given us a pretty nice reaction up until recently. It looked like we were going to have a real nice move coming, and then I think likely due to just the Ukraine inclusion into NATO and kind of the World War III risk. Markets kind of don't like if we all are going to blow up. We ended up selling off and, more importantly, failing this support zone. But right now we're just going to talk about the play a little bit. So similar to everything else, it's sold off into that zone off of kind of a big drop down. So big drop down, big drop down. A little bit more consistent, but still same thing. Hit the channel, and then we were waiting for that, big old green candle right back up, which normally happens kind of each time we were there. You kind of saw it. Had a good day, and we got it. We got our trim off, and that was great. So I would have really loved to see the jobs report for the runners we had that were left over, but unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. I mean, the couple that are left over are completely obliterated. We would need a really nice jobs report to kind of get those last runners, but 50%, 100% trims, pretty easy hits for us. So awesome stuff there. But kind of going into just a little bit of conversation about what happens next here. So we're under the support line. So this is now basically invalidated. I mean, if it goes back over and holds, it'll be one thing, but it just kind of shows that, hey, this is a broken trend line. I'm really not going to be harping on this. Something else is going to have to get emerged out of this, so we can kind of look at just where it was kind of previous supports. So we can go back here, just put a level down at 508, and we're just kind of looking at the wicks that happened, like 508, 505, and just do that all the way down and just kind of look at interesting points on the chart. And then this is where it starts to get a lot less clear. Like you can kind of see it starts to get a little bit muddy right off the bat. You kind of looks like you're just kind of searching for a place to get in, as opposed to this pretty clear hit the trend line, bounce up, hit the trend line, don't really have a good entry, oh, here's a good entry, then shoots back up again, and then we can kind of consolidate it. And we also know that if we ever get back to kind of that 524, 523 region, it's another real big spot that can kind of cause a breakout. So this kind of, like I said, it's going to make your chart here pretty muddy, pretty quick, kind of looking for what to do next. So let's just kind of remove all these horizontal lines and just kind of be left with that. So really what we care about is what happens on the job report tomorrow. If we pop back over and hold the trend line, I mean, it's still an interesting thing to keep kind of in mind on your chart. But like I said, it's not going to be as automatic, air quotes, as it was kind of buying that spot and looking for that bounce back up. We're going to really need to start looking at other places. I think kind of the first place that I really want to take a look at, though, if we do keep selling, is for a possible bounce kind of right in this region here, like that 508 to 510 range, which all the 10s and 5s always tied to have some kind of reaction associated with them. But I really don't want to, I'm not going to put out any like, hey, here's the home run, where to buy SPY. We're just gonna watch it. I'm more interested in doing and watching some other stocks now. AMD had a big sell-off today, but some of that can be the Taiwan earthquake or whatever. Nvidia was selling off, SMCI, all kind of stuff moving. Stuff was popping. So it's not really a doom and gloom market, but definitely you had something that was going really good here for 2 months. And now it's just time to evaluate and see what happens. So don't. That's why I kind of teased today, like, oh, maybe I should buy this dip. But I was like, I I don't want to go out there and just buy something because if I'm right, I'll get a bunch of likes. I want to go out there and buy something that we can all make money on. So I didn't really see a great opportunity for us to make money, or at least not a very clear opportunity for us to make money. So I'm fine with sitting and waiting to see what we get. But hopefully this video kind of helped educate you guys on what I was looking at here, talking about this trend line. If you have any questions, feel free to comment me on Twitter, comment me on YouTube. I try to answer as many as I can. And with that, hope you guys all have an awesome night, and let's crush it tomorrow.